Hey, Dan here, and in this video we are going to discuss the 4 habits that I see that all of these successful accountants have. So in the last couple of years I have worked with 100 plus accountants and I've talked with thousands of accountants, and I found a couple similarities with all of these successful accountants that I've worked with. So I'll first, before we dive in, quickly introduce myself. My name is Dan. I'm the owner of Accounting Kings, where we work with accountants to help them get more higher revenue clients that they enjoy working with more. And I create these videos because I just want to share all the knowledge I've learned and gained, just so that I can help a couple of accountants get more clients and help more people. So let's dive right in with the 4 habits that I see all of these successful accountants have. So number 1 is a lot of expertise. This, of course, I think makes a lot of sense for all of you watching, because as an accountant, that's just the main thing that people work with you, the expertise that you have. And with the most successful accountants that I've found, they had so much expertise. They have been learning and practicing as an accountant for many years. And because of this, they also have a lot of testimonials, case studies, a lot of 5-star reviews. And their businesses really grows also from itself because they also have so many referrals. I was talking to an accountant the other day, and he was an accountant for more than 40 years, and he was just up to date about all the latest technologies, AI, and he knew everything about accounting still. And that was the main reason so many businesses wanted to work with him, because he had all the expertise and the experience. Well, he was also up to date about all the newest technologies. And especially if you have a lot of expertise, it's kind of a positive feedback loop where you have one great client and they loved working with you and they refer to more. You get more authority in your local area, you get more reviews. For example, your Google My Business will grow faster simply because you have a great service. So habit number 1 is that the most successful accountants that I worked with, they just had a lot of experience and they knew what they were doing, and it just really showed with their testimonials and everything that they had a lot of clients that had a great experience working with them. The second habit is upselling through expertise and being proactive. So a lot of the accountants that I've worked with, they had great success because they were actually able to upsell their leads. So if someone came to them and they had a tax issue, for example, they thought, well, I just need someone to quickly prepare my taxes. And then they left with like a $1,500 bookkeeping package, for example. So it's really about getting someone in front of you, and through expertise most of the time and through being proactive, upselling them to a more higher revenue service. Because a lot of the times business owners, they come to you with an issue which is caused by something bigger, and they think, oh well, I just need tax preparation for 2024. Well, they actually need like bookkeeping and accounting services, right? So many of the successful accountants that I had and I worked with, I saw that we were generating them leads that were just looking for relatively simple services, and they were actually able to upsell them to higher revenue services because they were very proactive, and through their expertise they could actually show them, hey, you are right, you need your taxes done for 2024. What you actually need is like a fractional CFO because your books are a mess. There are so many opportunities in your accounting, and I can give you advice so that you can actually grow your business faster. And because they could just show their expertise and they were proactive, they were actually like, okay, well, I can help you with this and would love to do this for you, but I'd rather want to sell you what you need versus what you want. And that is something that those accountants that had a lot of success actually managed to do a lot of the times. And they did this not because they only wanted to make more money. They did this because they just genuinely knew this business owner actually needs more and I can add so much more value. So that's something to understand. You need to be able to actually communicate how this is actually adding value. And if you have a lot of expertise, you can just simply show them by the numbers and by past experiences. Then number 3 is placing them out of the daily operations. Many of the successful accountants I worked with, they were not doing the bookkeeping or filing their taxes of their clients, right? They just build systems. They just teach their employees how to do it for them with the same quality of work. And this is kind of related to the first habit. It's because if you don't have a lot of the expertise, you cannot build a process that can actually be implemented by employees. So a lot of these successful accountants that I worked with, They had so much expertise that they built an SOP, standard operating procedure, and a system that they can give to employees so that they then had time to work on the business instead of in the business. And that's one of the many reasons, but a very big reasons why accountants actually work with us, because they want to be able to work on the business instead of in the business. And the successful accountants that I worked with, they managed to do this. And this will not only free up your time so that you can also have a life outside of running your firm, but it will also enable you to be even more proactive with the current clients you already have, which again, you can then upsell them to more services. Maybe right now you don't really have the time to look into the books and go to the client and say, hey John, I had 30 minutes left, and I actually saw that there are maybe some opportunities for like a fractional CFO service instead of just doing the books. So that was one of the 4 things that a lot of the accountants did. They replaced themselves so that they were able to be more a strategic partner in the business instead of like an operational partner. And then number 4 is they were just really good at sales. And if you are watching this video and you think, oh, like I don't really like sales, I'm a more introverted person. Sales as an accountant is something way different than sales as a car salesman. And the reason for this is because if you are an accountant, you can just simply show them, okay, well, you came to me because you save on tax. Well, these are the things that we can do, and these are the numbers of taxes saved, and we have done this for the same type of business in the same industry, right? So as an accountant, you can do a lot of the selling by actually just showing to them what is possible with numbers. Selling by showing numbers to people is a pretty easy sell, because you can just show to them, hey, you pay me $3,000 for doing the tax planning, and I can show to you approximately you will be able to save $50,000. This is just an example, but a client of mine, he needed to record a video for a landing page. He was in the construction industry, and in a landing page video, he said, well, a construction company came to me. They wanted to save on their tax bill. They paid $69,000 on taxes last year. And then this year they only paid $37. So of course you can imagine, since you just have the numbers and you can show to people what you've done for others in the same industry, that it will do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. And if you combine this by being able to upsell and be proactive, you will just get more clients because you will have a higher conversion rate, but you will also have more revenue per client, which again, you can then reinvest in hiring more people, replacing yourself out of the operation, and spending that time being strategic or learning more. So all of those 4 habits, they kind of build on each other. And that's why I think that I found that the most successful accountants that I worked with and that I talked to, it's kind of a snowball effect where they had a lot of expertise. They then upsold one client, they replaced themselves, they learned more, they had more expertise. They were able to sell more higher revenue packages to more clients. So it's kind of like positive feedback loop, which is growing exponential. And that's the main thing that I saw with a lot of my clients. I was talking with a client of mine, for example, where someone came to him with a tax issue and he left with a $3,000 monthly retainer. Like if you are able to do this by being good at sales, having a lot of expertise, having the time to actually dive into the books of someone because you replace yourself, and being very proactive, then you can pull in those numbers with those clients, and then of course reinvest that money to then again feed the positive feedback loop and grow even faster. So to summarize, number 1, of course, having all the expertise, so never stop learning. I've talked with accountants that are at the end of their 60s and they were still studying and learning every single day to provide a better service, and of course also they just like to learn more. Then number 2, of course, be proactive and try to upsell your clients. Don't sell them what they want, but actually offer and sell them what they need. Then number 3, systemizing processes and replacing yourself from the operations. So make sure that with your expertise, you build SOPs and you actually create processes so you can replace yourself out of the business. And then the 4th one, the last one, is be good at sales. You need to understand the fundamentals so that you can increase your sales conversion rate, and you will simply get more clients for the same amount of sales meetings you've done versus your competitor. So those were the 4 biggest habits that I've seen with the most successful accountants. I really hope that it kind of gave you an eye-opener of what maybe something is that you can work on, and maybe it gives you a couple of ideas. So if you are an accountant, you want to grow faster, but you don't really like to do marketing, you don't have the time or the expertise for it, and the first link in the description you can click on to book a free, no obligation growth session where we can just give you a couple of tips and potentially see how we can help you. And there's also a second link in the description. It's a free Facebook community that you can join with all our like-minded accountants that want to grow their business and learn with each other. And yeah, this is really it for this video. I really appreciate you watching till the end. If you liked the video, don't forget to actually like. If you have specific questions, leave them in the comments and I will either get back to you in the comments itself or I'll make another video about it. And if you do not want to miss any other videos, click on the subscribe button so that you will actually be served new videos that are able to actually grow your business faster. So again, thank you so much for watching this video and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one.